So, as Jess said, my name is Jess Mallek. I've been doing this a little while now. I tend to say, I've been doing it for a few months. But now, as I look back at my notes, I realize I've done this probably close to a year now. But if I say a few times, it makes you more generous to laugh at my jokes. So that's what we're going with. So for those of you who don't know my traditional joke style, I tend to talk about mental health and all that good stuff. For example, a few months ago, I was seeing a therapist. Keyword, seeing one, no longer. And she had the audacity to mention that I am on the spectrum / neurodivergence, which is just fancy therapeutic words for autistic. So there's that, which is why I'm not seeing her anymore. I was like, how dare you explain my entire past 22 years of my life in one word, and then just be like, okay, that's all, your copay will be $45. Ridiculous. So that being said, there's a fun little quirky personality trait that I have in correspondence with the spectrum, known as Echolalia. Is anyone familiar with that?
Yeah.
I used to be.
So basically what it means is I have an unnecessary need to repeat sounds, noises, phrases. It's why I'm able to remember the entire dialogue for the Jim Carrey Grinch movie, I think, or I'm just weird. No one else can do that? Yeah, definitely just a me thing. So that being said, you can imagine what it was like being in a house with me after I binge watched all 4 seasons that are on Hulu of Love Island Australia. It's just uncontrollable, to just sound like them. They just sound really cool, I guess. So obviously I can't talk like that all the time because otherwise I just sound like an asshole if I'm constantly walking around in a fake Australian accent. So I learned some keywords that I can use to kind of help me channel it, including wallaby, tattoos, and macas, which is their version of calling it McDonald's. That's how cool they are. They have a whole other word for McDonald's. That being said, I've noticed sometimes when I'm driving, I tend to talk in an Australian accent, usually in reference to people who don't use the goddamn blankers. It's not that hard, mate. It's on the left side. You just blink it. And so in my road rage, I tend to call people cheeky cunts. Americans can't do it. I'm telling you, if any one of you call someone a cheeky cunt right now, it's not going to sound good. Try it out. Anyone? Any takers?
Cheeky cunt.
See? No. Thank you, Daniel, for the human sacrifice. That being said, it is a fun little quirky gift, I guess. It gives me one of two options. I could either be a really cool voice actor for them Viking shows or something, because they're all from Australia or out there.
Wouldn't they just use Australians?
They could, but maybe they want me because
they can't
I'm me. Anywho, it also leaves the opportunity to do really fun pranks. Have you ever gone up to a bar and you go to the bartender and you say, I want a Shirley and a Garfunkel? Anyone ever had one of those before? No, it's because it's not a real drink. Cheeky cunts. Anywho, it works out really well, especially if they're a new bartender. They're too shameful to be like, I don't know what that is, mate. So pretty much what I'd imagine it tastes like is nostalgic sadness with a splash of cherry grenadine, which I think is just tequila with a cherry on top. Correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, you end up with a different drink every time. It's a really great way of going about doing it. That being said, I also, in terms of voice acting, one time, a very long while ago, Disney was hiring for a voice actor. And I thought, this is my opportunity. My impulsive, manic ADHD brain said, do it. And so, does anyone here like Monsters, Inc.? Yeah. No one likes it as much as I do, it's fine. That being said, they were hiring for a voice actor for one of their rides. It's called the laugh floor. Basically, no one sees you, but you're just mic'd up behind a wall, presumably somewhere, and you interact with the audience, and you're meant to talk to them, ask the audience questions, family-friendly stuff. So I won't quite get into what the role was yet, but does anyone have a sample audition line they'd like me to use?
Cheeky cunt.
No.
Ursula.
No, a line, like an opening line. It does not have to be family-friendly.
Where did the dog go?
Okay. I'm going to channel the voice of said character. Wish me luck.
It's gotta be a service dog.
It's meant to be a cartoonish young boy, so be patient. Hello, my name is Randall, and I forget the line I was supposed to be doing already. Where's the dog? So that being said, I'm kind of glad that it didn't work out, because it was a very manic impulsive thing, and I don't think it would have gone well. But that being said, if I did have to move down to Florida and be a Southerner, I could just switch into this real quick, and no one will know. Because I don't know if down in Florida they have like any sort of thing against people from Jersey. Like I always tell people all the time, Cape May is below the Mason-Dixon line. So we are south down here. You don't have to hate us. We are. And so yeah, it's kind of interesting, and I always thank the Lord that I did not get that job, because then, I don't know if y'all follow the weather down there lately, but if I had moved to Florida, I would be drowning in my thoughts and literal water. So, only one at a time. Thank you, Daniel. So, that being said, another thing that I recently discovered upon being told that I'm on the spectrum is that I'm also on the spectrum, and apparently my family DNA history traces back to being Russian. Good, everyone's uncomfortable. Good. I will take the lack of laughter as being uncomfortable that I just said Russian. Now, interesting enough to be Russian in this time of the world, it's very awkward, obviously, lots of tension, but fail safe. If this show goes bad, which, I can just say it is due to being Russian and being known for bombing. And that's like my sample of accents for tonight. So thank you guys so much for coming out. And I have some fun merchandise if anyone's interested. Thank you.